And there on the pole position, the winner of that first race, Mark drove an absolute alongside him, Chris Healy at turbo. There is Godfrey Jones in 22 with Pete Chambers in 5. And waiting patiently for the start, just checking those notes. And we are about to get racing, and a great start off the line by Mark Sumter. Chris Healy gets all bogged down, he's swamped by the 993s. Goodness me, Robert Babbickan almost driving through the rear boot of Chris Healy. And down the hill they drop up towards Druids, this very, very tight right-hand hairpin, and the brakes come on aplenty here. See how many places Chris Healy has lost. Back in 6th place he is now. Chambers also losing out to Babbickan, who's got a great first part to his lap, but you can see there just slight dampness on the surface, and that could cause some grip problems, but at the moment none at all for the front men. There they are, Mark Sumter in that gloriously liveried Paragon Porsche. But right behind him in his wheel tracks, Des Winks and Godfrey Jones. Healy goes through there in the wide car, all running a little bit wide there, some of them on interesting lines. That there, the 6th car of Peter Wilson. And a problem for Malcolm Sargent. Oh, he's right off into the tyre wall. And further back as well, problems for one of the Class 3 cars. That's a huge engine blow-up. And that could have put an awful lot of horrible, gooey, slippery stuff on the surface. And the leaders are going round to that part of the circuit. It's at Graham Hill Bend. I hope the flags are out. I'm sure they will be. Look at the track, absolutely. Well, goodness gracious, all over the shop. And that's cost him. Mark Sumter either didn't see the flags, they were clearly being shown, but of course he's focusing on his racing and loses yet another place. Godfrey Jones goes through. Well, they're on slick tyres, of course, and you try and put a layer of oil between slick tyres and tarmac, and you have got no grip at all. In fact, you are desperately in need of whatever traction you can get hold of. Let's just see how that happened again. Well, there we are. In fact, all behind as well. Godfrey Jones did very well to hang on to his car there. Just snuck through. Babbickan thought he could get through, but his line was blocked, so he went to the outside. And Des Winks back at that same place while we've been watching the replay. And he will lead them down what is now very slippery Graham Hill Bend. Goodness gracious me, and the leader running wide. Des Winks is going to lose that lead to Godfrey Jones in exactly the same way that the man we're riding with at the moment, Mark Sumter, did on the opening, well, on the what was the 2nd lap after that huge engine problem from Derek Gregory in the 66 car. But Sumter trying to claw his way back. He's now getting closer to Des Winks, but he's also got Chris Healy right behind him. And Adrian Slater there in the 27 car with Pete Chambers crawling and swarming back and forth behind him. Those two going at it likewise. They come across the line to complete another lap, and it's Godfrey Jones who leads them through. But look at this 2nd place scrap side by side, are they? Well, Healy dives to the inside. There's not much room through there, Chris. What a fantastic piece of driving. Don't run wide, keep it tidy. No, he's run wide. Sumter will fight him back on the inside. Who's going to be laid off on the race? Healy does it round the outside. What a great bit of manoeuvring there by Chris Healy. Not so, though, for Pete Chambers. And Adrian Slater behind him has nowhere to go after Chambers spins it. They've got plenty of place to go, though. Clear track ahead of them. Chris Healy there. Oh, no, mind the car. Oh, dear, they're all falling foul of the oil. That there is Paul Fuller taking an excursion on the oil, I'm sure. And more behind as well. Oh, goodness gracious me. Oh, dear. It's like a scene from the Wacky Races, isn't it, Graham Hill Bend? We'll have Penelope pit stop through any moment, and the gruesome twosome, no doubt, as well. They're all fighting for grip. They should be aware of it, though. They've been flagged out there for a lap now. Here, though, is Chris Healy. Now we're in amongst the traffic because this is the battle for 3rd place. In front of us and to our right, as stopping, or is he rejoining, in fact? Well, what was one of the earlier spinners, Mike Salmon, who looks as though he's had enough for the day. Chris Healy, though, is just getting into the swing of things. Des Winks ahead of him, coming to this very greasy surface at Graham Hill. And down they'll come. Oh, and it's as bad of a clearway. Oh, huge impact there by Paul Fuller, ripping part of the tyre wall away. It seems to have saved the car somewhat, but it's completely wrenched that spoiler with a fierce impact that he had. Well, he's out the car and safe. That's the most important thing. Oh, that I think that was Mark Sumter just flashing through there as the tyre spun across the track. And towards the closing stages, in amongst it, though, Des Winks moving past one of the slower cars. That was the 64 car. Des Winks again trying for grip, scrambling as they do down. Well, here's Paul Fuller, and you can see massive impact there. Just look how well that car stands up to the impact, though. Fortunately went in backwards, so he was okay. And up the hill, Des Winks still has a handful of Chris Healy right behind him. Healy this time right on the rear bumper, down through Graham Hill Bend. Healy trying to make the best of this slippery surface. He's lost it, though. And will he hang on? No, he won't, is the answer. And he's heading absolutely nowhere there. other than for a very, very lowly placing, if a placing at all, if he can get out the gravel trap. Well, he can, but he's going to finish right the way down the pecking order. A few laps left, he might just claw some back. And that in the 44 car is Marcus Fothergill. He, remember, has won the opening 2 races in the championship for Class B. The yellow strip across the windscreen top there indicates those are the Class 2 cars. And that in the 47 car, Dave Bennett, who is also fighting it out with Fothergill, but at the moment Fothergill being very dominant in there. In 61, the black strip there of Adrian Greaves, he's a Class 3 runner. In fact, leading that class at the moment, that's Fothergill, leading Class 2, so we've got all the class leaders. Hero at the head of the field and leading Class 1, and the race overall still out front. It's this great trio. Mark Sumter there is in 3rd place. Up ahead of him, Godfrey Jones leading, and the back marker there is the red car in front of us. The 2nd place man is the mustard-coloured one ahead, and that is Des Winks. Well, they all seem to have found their way through Graham Hill Bend for a change. Just look at the difference in power there that Mark Sumter has got in this number 2 car. And they're in double 2, on his way towards the checkered flag and his 2nd victory of the year. A winner at Thruxton, remember. They continue to razz away behind. Godfrey Jones, though, will take the victory and the checkered flag first of all, with Des Winks home 2nd, Mark Sumter from pole in 3rd place. Robert Babbickan takes a creditable 4th place, albeit 12 seconds back off the leader, with Marcus Fothergill winning Class 2 and Adrian Greaves winning Class 3. Well, that puts Fothergill at the top of the point standings. He's had 3 victories from 3 outings, hence he's at the top of the table, with Godfrey Jones just behind him.